And button. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm Scruff Dog, and if you're joining late, check the live indicator if you're trying to keep up. And we had a bunch of people showing up here early. Apparently the Clive redirect glitch still happens occasionally. But of course we had the early crew in here. Gas Masher, Joe Russ, Phil in the kitchen, and Franco Walker. Meme Jeff, our Queen Liz was here earlier as well. Christian Harold is here. Been starting to pop in a little bit more often. What's up? Welcome back-ish, I guess we could say. There's Chris 754, Electron Box Jacques Attack, Chippy. Jonathan Hughes, Zat, Sparky, David Garcia, Big Brad, Guitar Garage. What's up, buddy? Hey, Mr. Warwick, I don't think I've caught you in a little while. How's it going? There's 404 Not Found, the creator of the VertoThermoWhoofle. C2S, what's going on? Oddbjorn, everybody's kind of showing up here. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Let me click a couple buttons, get everything kind of caught up with where it needs to be. That's there. That's good. We can pull that up. That's good there. That can pause because that's weird. We're here. What is that doing? Is that still playing? That is still. Yeah, we'll just let that play. No, we'll pause that. Oh, and I gotta click that. All right. Holy moly. Let's see here. I guess we'll start with a toast. Here's to better weather almost on the way. Like, it got kind of warm and then it got cold, and now it's cold and rainy today, but the warm weather is almost here because I got to mow the lawn on Monday. So cheers to almost better weather. Noise canceling level kind of odd. Let me try this. All right, we'll see how that does. Because I do have a fan running over there. Which hopefully by next weekend, since I have a 4-day weekend, because we have a day off on Friday for Easter, and then I took off Thursday. I do have those tall tower fans that are pretty quiet. I'm going to take one of them and actually mount it over the door to help just aerate the house a little bit. And then at some point I need to get a return in this room specifically. Yeah, but we'll get it sorted out. Oh yeah, Rob, I got fans everywhere. Haha. Thank you, bud. Metacal says we have mild coming and arcs of full rains. Full of rain. Okay, and arcs full of rain. Yeah, it's been kind of on and off. Like, I think the sun actually came out for half a second. Oh, and I'll keep an eye on my alerts to see if if the dude shows up to eat. Because I haven't seen, like, Mr. Tabinator showed up earlier, but nope, they didn't really come out much last night just because it was cold and rainy. Jesus gave us eggs, says Mr. Egg Cake. All right. Jesus built my hot rod. I don't know. Sorry. I'm that's like the second half of dinner. It's actually been working out pretty good. Now that I like skip a snack and half a meal with a fruit smoothie thing every day, I'm actually finally starting to lose a little bit of weight. I'm back down to 204 pounds. So that's whatever it is divided by what 17 in stones. So that's what 95 kilograms or something. I don't know. Let's see. What do we got here? 7 minutes to VertoThermoWhoofle. What else do we have going on? Not much else going on. What do I got in my notes? Wrong mouse. Not that mouse. Stuff we can get to later, I suppose. Oh, I know Jack Attack. Don't worry. We'll have that phone. Oh my god, my phone's doing it again. Hold on. Still does that every once in a while. It'll start playing like the Clive stream and then immediately switch over to mine, like after my stream has started. And then it just starts playing randomly. It's been weird. As you've seen happen on this stream a few times. I didn't really get anything cool and new this week. I mean, I got more fans in for the new rig to put behind the radiator for push-in pull setup, but that's about it. A 3/4 inch floppy drill bit showed up. Apparently you can get fish drill bits now that are flexible. So I'm going to use that so I can pull another Cat 6 cable up here for the other computer from the Switch. But I didn't realize you can actually get like flexible shanks, I guess you'd call it, for the drill, and this thing's like 3 feet long. And it's basically, it shows you just like drill a hole in your wall, you stick this through, and since it's floppy, it hangs down, and then as soon as you drill, it just drills straight down. I don't know if that's how new or old that is, but I saw that and I was like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's a great idea. Jack Attacks has been out for years now. Well, I'm glad I've been keeping up. I finally got one in 3/4 just to make goddamn sure I can get that big ass Cat 6 plug through there. Yeah, I could have used this thing for years. Like, there's so many instances where I've run cable weird or just didn't because I didn't feel like tearing out drywall, and like you could just do it through the hole where the box would go anyway. Hey, what's up, Just Me? Thank you for gifting 10 people a membership to the Gaggle of Goofballs. Steve Adler's, Mr. Terps, Renquist, Paul Tucker, Zorro, Zoxter, Colin Morris, James Harris, Efault, Holderby, Tinkerbrain. Yeah, that's a welcome and welcome back. Just put out, let's see, Public just got part 3 of Wire Guidance, and what the hell did I release? For the members, was that the Valve one? I don't even remember. But I got some new stuff finally coming. Got rid of, got past the armrest stuff, and I was down the ports. So we'll have like a 3 video mini series been down at the shipping ports, like the port of Baltimore, where all the big boats and shit come in. I work down there occasionally. Vera's been here, Franco, a couple times, or at least once. Someone gifted 0 memberships, and the announcement is it's already broken. Hold on. Like, I'm on the Stream Elements page over here. Let me see if there's a way to, like, reset the notifications or something. Like, is it just broke? No, you're not supposed to laugh, too, when I say that. Hold on, let me take a look here. Not shot. skip alerts, pause alerts. No reset. So I guess we just gotta let it go through its breakingness. Here, I'll turn it down until it is worth hearing. And what's up, Stuart Caleri? Thank you for the 10 euros. I guess we'll see if those notifications are broke too. As we say in Ireland, Garrett the yard. Translation is Garrett. 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 I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Is that something for like mowing the lawn there? God, I hate mowing the lawn. It doesn't take long. Like once I start. Oh yeah, there's Rob's new YouTube channel. If you like his music, which we will be hearing in. Oh wow, this is so weird. What, 50 minutes? Now with the times thing, everything, yeah, about 50 minutes. We'll be having Pussy and Pianos where we watch the cats feed on. Where's the CatCam? We watch the cats have nummy num nums while we listen to Rob play down where I am sitting. And we watch Rob play piano and we listen to what he has for us this week. We could invade the Isle of Man and steal all their chickens. Hey, that one works. Let's turn the volume back up. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how the notifications go, or if they're just like weird. If they keep just breaking, I'll email stream outlets and tell them to like sort it out. Like maybe they got to reset the queue or something. 1 minute till woofle time. And it looks like it is working. Still got that dot in it from whatever component that is on the board, but it's still working. Well, I got a big old seed right here. What's up, Coach Seagal? I think that was from a raspberry. Is Fancy Feast a Purina product? Looks like the gourmet gold they have here. I don't know if they're someone else's product or a product of their own. A product of their own arrangement. Cones have moved. Apparently some guy called Scruffdog. Yeah, don't tell anybody about that guy. He's kind of an asshole. Alright. Let's do a VertoThermoWhoofle for 4. Hey, and the camera's not in the way. That's good. Just the monitor, kind of. Oh. Still haven't permanently mounted the LED strips. Hopefully that's next weekend as well. Number 3. Pretty good. I got a lot of running. And last one. Got a good thin one there. Really got to remember to bring a rag back in here to dry my hand off when it overflows. Yep, there's Freddy hanging in the lower left. That's our resident face hugger. Is someone lost? Have they stumbled upon this channel in error? Don't worry, we're all cool here. We don't bite too much. I mean, that's kind of a lie too, I guess. Oh yeah, that's back. Oh, I hit the wrong transition button. Yeah, I gotta remember. I gotta do. Should probably put those next to each. Yeah, whatever. All right. I guess we will go ahead and take a phone call. You get it? Yeah, I realize that's too many fans. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I don't know. I got to do something because I feel like building like 50 more computers, and I can't afford that. All right. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this. Thanks. All right. Yeah. 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 I got it. Yeah. All right. All right. Bye. See you. Bye. Bye. Some people, you know what I mean? You know people like that? Hey man, I know you really gotta go, but like, let me talk to you for like 20 more minutes. Cheers, everybody. Have a good phone call. I gotta get some like 420 cleaner or something for this because a lot of the res isn't coming out with just isopropyl. Maybe I should heat it up too, like super hot. Not super hot, but I keep my tap at um like my water heater has what is it? Low. It's vacation. Well, off vacation, low with an A, B, C, and D. Well, apparently D is like your copper pipes become floppy because I keep it on A, and A is 140 degrees out of the tap, which is pretty much scalding. I don't actually know what scalding is considered, but it will burn the shit out of you. But maybe run some of that, try to loosen that up a little bit. Because she is looking dark, but I'm like, I'm cleaning it. It just keeps getting dark. But that's just kind of how that works, I guess. Let me pull up a window with ring on it. And I will check it occasionally just in case the notification doesn't come through when the dude shows up. 49 seconds ago, he was not there. All right. I think it's kind of throwing him off the time change along with like spring coming because he would usually show up at like 5:30 when it was getting dark, but now it's still like daylight out. I don't see him in the yard either of the yards. Anyway, Chippy is still has you lost your old Michigan number. Chipmunk lives in the UK and has a Michigan number due to a Magic Jack. You know, like that shit from the late 80s, or like the Super Astra internet phone number, fucking VoIP, whatever the hell it was thing. Yeah, well, apparently it works in the UK still. And apparently a lot of places that thing still works. It's kind of like supposedly I've heard AOL still exists as a dial up service in some like rural areas or some shit. I can remember when our when our phone number was 463, says DC Allen. Um, what else? Just that? Like, how old are you? SMS regulations. So I can't tell you, Eric, it's actually been a fairly chill week, except I was down the ports. We had OEM come up and install tracker systems in a bunch of, Kalmar, Ottawa, like jockey trucks. Like the trucks you see that just kind of drag tractor like trailers around like yards and stuff, like shipping yards. Um, well, the OEM engineers came up and installed it and fucked it up. Made some pretty stupid decisions. Sorry, gotta say. And this is the fourth time out of four that they've come up to install these kits. Then me and Art have had to go behind them and remount, relocate, replace. Like they just installed these things a month ago, and the corrosion had already gotten all the way through the harness because on the wires they didn't want to use that went into the big fat main plug, they just cut the wires, tied it in a knot. They didn't even put tape over it. So the corrosion just went like a fucking straw through the cut wires, and just within a month there were rotten pins. Like you unplug it and the pins were ripping out of the modules, pulling out of the sockets. Like it's horrible. Do you have a Kevin? We have a Kevin. I mean, like, I don't own one. I don't, like, have one around, but, like, I know a Kevin. I know a couple Kevins. One of them's a total twat, and the other one's pretty alright. You remounted them from who mounted who? We had the area code 0287. I was asking Graham, but nice to hear about your Kevs too. Oh, okay. All right. Mike and Co. missed a big Clive again. Are you a Patreon? I can't remember if you are, Mike and Co. I feel like you are, but his Patreon stream was tonight. 404 says, I was visiting relatives in New Zealand many years ago for 6 weeks. Took a VoIP ATA and had my home number as a DECT phone there. Had another device that connected to my home phone line to relay. Good lord. Like, how many relays did that have to go through? Good job, 404. Ah, very good, Chippy. Chippy says Miss J will be home soon, which is good news to hear. She wasn't feeling the greatest, but she is getting better. Mike and Co. Them chin whiskers are getting a bit of Gandalfy. Yeah, I get the white just keeps spreading. That's as it's been doing. A lot of that, like growing up, that was almost reddish because there are red genes floating through the family. But now it's all white and it's just slowly going, which is fine. I mean, I ain't got nothing up here anyway. I got shit up here. A little bit on the sides, a little bit in the back. VoIP equals voice over internet protocol. ATA equals analog terminal adapter. DECT equals digital enhanced European cordless. Good lord. Sounds like some forklifts I was going up to when they didn't have the right hose, so they got on, that goes fucking like jick to O-ring to something metric to some Korean threads back to jick and then over to like a fucking flat face hose. Then they wonder that they got a leak. 4 is at home. There was a Linksys SPA 3000. I connected that over the internet to the ATA I took with me. It worked really well. There you go. Coach Chagall, Scruff, the curved screens you recently got, is that the MSI 34-inch Mag 342 CQR? Yes, I have 2 of those now. And I think they were only $299.99 on Amazon. I don't know if that was a sale, but I do think it's weird that the manual that came with them only had English and Russian. Because I've noticed a lot of other places they're closer to $400 or $500, but I don't know if that's just one of them. They're just crap places. But I find it weird that they only had English and Russian. So I'm wondering if they are a set of televisions that got like hit behind like the embargoes and all that shit, and that's why they got unloaded on Amazon. But yes, Coach Seagal, that would be this and that up there. 34 ultra wide. They're 3440 by 1440, 144 megahertz. Refresh with 1 millisecond rate. But don't mind me. I need to get a little bit more high before I start talking too nerdy. Button. And they have really good color in them, like just out of the box. I haven't even messed with them, and like the color on them is pretty sharp. It's pretty good. It's better than like the 1080s I have. Like the blacks are a little darker than you would expect from an LED. They're almost as black as the LED 4K screen that's in the middle. Like they're pretty close. So it's definitely a nice monitor, especially if you can find it for like $300. Jonathan Hughes. My dad started working for Packard Bell in the early 70s. And they still, or Pack Bell in the early 70s, and they still had electromechanical at the telephone exchange. Good, nice. Technology without an interesting name. Twain. I like that. Twain. Scruff went bald because his brain is overclocked. Yeah, Bowden, yeah. I actually scaled back the overclock on the gaming rig. I brought it back to 5.4, but I brought the low end of it up to 5 gigahertz, like the all-core run on it up to 5 from 4.8 gigahertz. So I kind of compressed the range a little bit, but 55 was a little hot for the cooler. Maybe once I get the fans on, but then again, it's not a huge performance increase, so is it really worth it? Yeah. I saw a video from Jay's 2 cents that kind of like summed it up like years ago when you could take a little like 1.5, 1.6, whatever gigahertz chip and overclock that thing to like 2.5, 3 gigahertz, something crazy with just like a big error heatsink. You got significant increases in performance with an overclock. But nowadays, realistically, before you start getting too crazy, you're looking for 200 or 300 megahertz with a 360 water cooler on it, and it's like, for that amount of heat, is it really worth it? So the other thing I did was when I squeezed the clocks in, and then I started undervolting cores, because that's the biggest thing. If you can undervolt a core, just keep the speed you got. It's fast as shit. It'll get done what you got to do nowadays, especially now that we're into 5 gigahertz. But the best thing you can do is go to each core and just try to, or just the general overall, just try to bring that voltage down. Like that's what I did with the 3070. That's up from 18. Well, actually, I think the the factory overclock was 1865 megahertz, and that's up to 2000 megahertz. And memory was 7,000, and that's up to 8,000, and I dropped the voltage like 0.2 volts. I've undervolted the crap out of it and overclocked it like significantly to the point where it performs as well as like into the 40 series, like benchmark results, and I undervolted it. Because most of your stuff out of the box is purposely overvolted for stability. They just kind of they just know that it's going to run a little bit warmer. So Jay's 2 cents kind of makes a good point that overclocking doesn't really do much for you, but that's now why I've kind of thought about it. I'm like, yeah, it's a struggle, so why don't we just undervolt it and just save a little bit of power? Me and Pianoman Rob were hanging out on Discord. I decided to do all the benchmarks all at once. GPU, RAM, CPU, and all that shit. This thing was pulling 680 watts. Like, that's insane. And to think that, like, 280 of that wattage, like, if you take the big plate off a CPU, that's just the IHS, the integrated heat spreader, underneath the chip. I mean, it's only as big as, like, your thumb. Like, the actual die for the chip. And that little fucker has taken 280 watts into that little tiny bastard. It is insane to me how that can use so much current in that tiny ass little die. But I think my 360 millimeter cooler is probably rated closer to 250 watts, because once it gets into 280, everything kind of just gets a little bit warmer. So, but I found a happy zone, especially when I turned the voltage down. So I'm kind of going to keep that as like a benchmark in my head, that an average, like it's a cool cooler. Like it's a neat cooler with its LCD. Sorry, seed. But there are better coolers out there that cool more. But that's a good one for the series chip it is and all that. So I'm thinking that's 250 watts of cooling, whereas a better 360 might get me maybe 280, might get me the 280 I'm looking for, maybe 300. Or you run more. Mike and Coach, Crop, did you finish the Lego forklift? Yeah, let me shut up for a minute. Whoop, right there. Alright, let's see if this thing's still charged up. Maybe. Oh, wait, I don't want that to catch my finger. Yeah, she works pretty good. She's rated for, how much was it? 720 grams? Something like that. We did a whole weight thing on it, too. Yeah, that thing's pretty cool. Once I get once the new lab is set up downstairs, like all the new workbenches, I'll probably use that for like driving stuff back and forth, like that, and the flaming poo will probably be buddies downstairs. Some of you know the flaming poo, which shall return, but the flaming poo lives in the basement. Your wobble's the same. Do you have the same forklift? Or are you speaking of your weebles that wobble? They're just me. So where is the fuel cell? Oh, where is the battery? They were smart and they made the counterweight the battery. A little charger. Get the hold on. Oop, not put it in there. There we go. All right. That was a fun kit to put together. I gotta try and find a Lego guy or like a G.I. Joe or something that fits it. Yeah, Rob knows the flaming poo. One of the OG mascots of the show. Some of the ridiculous shit you come up with. Oh, I missed the top of the hour toast. Let's see. Let's do a toast to Miss J, Chippy's mom, for getting feeling better. Can't wait to hear that she is home and comfortable and confused about her American boyfriends. Anything else neat this week? All right.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
All right. What is the size of our Gaggler army? Let's see. Dude is not there yet. The Gaggler army. 264 goofballs in the gaggle of goofballs currently. Oh yeah, and I guess while we're talking about that, I did say I was going to give an update on the channel coffers. So give me a second here and let me see where the channel coffers are, because we just got last month's, yeah, February's paycheck, as it were, as the federal government calls it. Okay, then let's see. Calculator. So as I said before, I take the total and I take 30% out as reserve for taxes, since taxes don't get taken out of said paycheck. So there is $1,069 in there, which leaves the channel able to spend up to $748 and about 30 cents when we are ready. Like, as I've said before, anything in the channel coffers is used only for channel stuff that we vote on, and is not any of this. None of this came from channel stuff. Like, that's all me. Anything money gets spent on is stuff we vote on, or stuff I know you want. Like when I bought Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, we had already talked about that, so I went ahead and bought it. Stuff like that. We probably could buy a small child if we really wanted to, in probably a month or two. I think kids go for like start at 1,000 if they're like rednecks, maybe. Or like I don't like, where do you find that? Is that something you find on Craigslist or something? PC part, what? Hold on. What's Coach Chagall got here? Oh, wrong mouse button. Photos will come. Wait, scroll. Oh, posted pics of my new rig on the Discord server, says Coach Chagall. Scroll. Photos will come once the build is finished. Cleaning took longer than expected. It always does. That's fine. Started building after taking a shower. Yeah. Got a little private time in the shower. Sometimes it takes a little longer. PC part pictures and specs are in our projects on the Discord server. Very nice, Steve. I will have to take a look after this. Because if I have Discord open right now, you would be hearing bings and bongs all over the place. I guess, Rob, if do you have the link handy if you're here? In case anybody wants to check that out, just throw the invite link up if you get a chance. Go 117 watching, only 16 upvotes. Do you earn more if people upvote? I doubt it. Live streams aren't monetized because I don't want commercials, because of course, like, the commercial would pop up at like VertoThermoWhoofle time or something like that. So as far as I know, I don't gain more like revenue, but I guess it garners more possible attention. So yeah, like, it helps the channel either way. I guess that it gets more attention, so that for the few monetized videos I do have, they would help. I don't know, what did we earn from that in February? From the ads. Like, oh, I never did talk about that, did I? Where the hell do I figure the analytics? Revenue. Let's see, the month of February was $335.95 total after YouTube takes its 30%. So like, that's what I just got and just put into the channel coffers yesterday. Yeah. Or no, 2 days ago. And off of that, we made $8 from watch page, 79 cents from shorts. Like, yeah, we make everything, like, it's almost not worth leaving ads on, except just in case something hits it off and then we get a little bit of extra money. So I guess we'll kind of rock and roll with the minimal ads for now, just doing like public stuff. What's going on down here? These days, kids are cheaper, says Rob. Oh, that's good. Appreciate you asking that, Mike and Co. Sorry if I rambled on there. Adverts during a live stream are evil, says Jack Attack. Yeah, we're the. Oh, I was watching Carnasa, spelled Carnasa, like exactly how you think it was. He's a, I guess, UK KSP2, Kerbal streamer. He does KSP 1 and 2. And while I was watching it, apparently someone just like lost their shit in chat after like watching him for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. He was doing a live stream of landing on the moon. Like he has the mod where like all the planets and atmospheres and physics are all based on our solar system, not Kerbal solar system. So he was doing a live fire to the moon. And, you know, after watching it for 2.5 hours, he's about to touch down on the moon. And apparently for some people, that's when it triggered a commercial and they all missed the literal touchdown of the moon. Like everyone was like, what the I'm like, wow. Like I feel like YouTube was watching that going, come on, come on, come on. Now I'm going to piss these people. Bam! And hit that commercial right when it was just to try and push people towards, you know, getting Premiere or Premium or whatever. Like that had to have been someone watching live, waiting for that moment just to piss people off. I couldn't believe that shit. I've eaten goat before when I was in working down in Key Largo. I went down to Key West like on the weekends, and there was a Jamaican, you know, like family restaurant, whatever, and they were. This wasn't no like Chinese food, you know. This was straight up, you know, Jamaican, I guess, immigrants or very Jamaican people, and it was made absolutely Jamaican style. Like you had goat with the bones still in it, but it was like cut up. So you knew the bones were there. You just had to like eat it carefully and all this stuff. Seasoning was great. Food was awesome. Question: what radicalized you? Answer: YouTube advertisements. Nice mouse. Yeah, they're gonna drive someone insane one of these days. I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, damn. Goat meat is gamey-ish. It is a little gamey, but I don't mind gamey because when I can, I eat a lot of venison or deer meat. Um, a couple people I know hunt it, and sometimes I'll buy some off of them. Or sometimes Wegmans, one of the like grocery stores around here, sometimes during deer season, they have certain hunters, I guess, that have licenses, or I guess they get them from local butchers who will buy venison from hunters. And like you can go to the grocery store and get deer meat during the right season. No, not because it's made of Chinese in a Chinese restaurant. They're Mr. Egg Cake. Mike and Co. YouTube ads are fucking shit right now. They'll butt in right in the middle of something educational to promote something ridiculous like eye makeup. Yeah, I can't can't do that. I can't do ads on live streams because it'll always be that one moment that like it feels like YouTube was waiting and then they'll dump it on you. And I know sometimes you can control it and say, no, I'll tell you when to do the ads, but I think it still auto does ads as well. They took away a lot of control a couple months ago. Like just as we got full monetization on the channel, they flipped it so that you had very little control. So, like if I could just put banners up, like have a little thing across here, you know, like every half hour, throw something up there for a minute or two or whatever, you know, well, that'd be great. But not an all out commercial, but nah, you don't get to pick. Oh well. Sure, it's just not rebranded goat. What? What would you rebrand Goat? What, Chinese people? What? Get a sponsor. Yeah, I'll see if I can get MSI to sponsor me in a couple years when I do my next big PC build. I'll talk to MSI and Corsair. Let's see who else. MSI, Corsair. No, that's probably going to be the entire build. MSI and Corsair. Oh yeah, Reach. God, Reach Shadow Legends. They'll sponsor anybody. Oh my god. If I did that, I would just like. I mean, yes, I expect I would accept their sponsorship and immediately just have my last show be like, here you go, see everybody, because I know you're all leaving anyway. God, I can't believe people that still accept sponsorships from that. And here comes the boobs. A Ratchet sponsor, or like Craftsman or something. Boob sponsor. Raytheon should sponsor us. That might be a little more difficult. Wow, Mr. AK. For a second there, I thought it said Crazy Goat Village Woman cooked by her goats, but it actually says Crazy Goat Village Woman cooked her goats. Hey, what's up, Subsonic Subaru? How's it a-going? Talk of sponsor, do I drive a Silverado? I drive a 1995 Chevrolet Suburban Chevy Suburban K2500 with the Silverado package. I used to have a 1997 Silverado K2500 HD truck when it was an actual Silverado. So yes. Fixed another coolant link, turned up the boost. See, if you're into Subarus or into cars, check out Subsonic Subaru's channel. He is working through a Subaru right now. 420, toot toot. Happy 420, everybody. And Jack Attack. Christian Harold, always remember my ass got arrested again. You mean like you or your, do you have a donkey that got arrested for having a donkey show? Did you get arrested because you were at a donkey show? Okay, so Christian was arrested for starring in a donkey show. Alright. Subsonic, I'm way behind on uploading, but working on editing as we speak. Well, there you go. I got a little busy last night, and I got the channel kind of about a week ahead of like things uploaded. The only thing I'm not ahead on is Lego thumbnails, but that's because I gotta figure out where these two pieces fell off of that big ass thing. But I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. I don't have any serious plans for tomorrow. Might do the lights. I don't know. They're not bad as they are, but they do need to be differented. But that requires soldering. But I did at least get the switch form. So. Christian Harold, he knows, but look, I could get arrested in a donkey show. I mean, you could. I mean, anybody could, I suppose. All right, Christian, we can do that poll. Why not? Let's see what I can come up with. Mouse down here, start a poll. How are your current life plans? Serious plans on course. Serious plans. Working on it. Like maybe there's an issue. No idea what the fuck is going on anymore. Holding pattern. Yeah, there you go. How are your current life plans? For one of the first times in my life, I am on the first one. I have serious plans and they're working out. Took me 46 years to get there, but for some reason it seems to be working okay currently. And like I said, even when life is doing awesome, remember, it ain't going to be like that forever. So the better you're doing, the more you should be planning for when it's not good. So, Christian, we need an annual Scruffverse Gaggler census survey. John and Hank Green do a survey of their audience each year. Okay. That's something I can look into if it seems as such. Should be done. What is that over there? 46, feeling 64 there, Mr. A-Cake. Let's see, scroll back up there. What's Coach saying? MSI is great. The main board is an MSI Mag Z790 Tomahawk. That is a good board. These monitors are Mag. I got Mag boards, MPG, power supply, MEG, motherboard. That's got that's an MSI 490. That's the Z490. That's an MSI Z590. I've always enjoyed MSI. I've never really had any problems with them. Like the weird monitor thing that I thought was a boot issue, and it's something in Windows is acting weird. I think because of the capture card. But just kind of deal with it, and it's fine. At least I know it's not a hardware problem. It's just Windows being a derp. That's what happens, and it might sort itself out, or I may get a little bit more into troubleshooting it if it gets annoying enough, but for now, it's okay. I know it's not, since it's not a motherboard issue, which I didn't think it would be. But, like, nah, I've always had really good luck with MSI, so I just stick with them. Free Boeing airfare for all channel members. Are you trying to grow our channel or kill everybody, Christian? I think if we had a Scruff convention, we would probably not be wanting to be flying on anything Boeing. Well, obviously not a 737 as they're basically grounded. But I ain't flying on anything fucking Boeing. I'm going to go one of them current travel websites you go to and you can just pick Airbus and like fuck Boeing. Like they're a fucking failure across all industries. Their space, their space industry is years behind, way over budget, almost killed people. Like they suck. Like they just need to they need to like shut down for about a year, sort their shit out, and then maybe start back up and we'll see how the fuck they're doing, because they're just nothing but a fucking bunch of morons right now. Like they used to be the smartest motherfuckers out there. Now it's just a bunch of fucking idiots. Or it's a bunch of smart motherfuckers that nobody's, giving any kind of guidance, training, or like any reason to want to work. So they're just fucking off. Ooh, crashed the shit out of that. Thinking I might just get a cover for the like a foam thing, because it's the fucking pop cover thing that I crash into the most on this. I might get a cover for it. I don't know. I mean, they're only a few bucks to try. I just worry it'll change my voice enough, like it may affect the tone or my voice enough that it won't sound the same. And I figure at this point I have, like, everything's pretty established, so we just kind of want to keep it that way. All right, I'll pop this poll off in about a minute here. See, how are your current life plans? Currently, we have 51% of people say have no idea what the fuck is going on anymore. 29% of people are in a holding pattern. 13% have serious plans that are working on it. 7% are on course with their serious plans. Poll. Yes, there is a poll, Bowden. There's also a poll up north. There's one down south. And you shouldn't crash into them when you're pulling into a 7-Eleven. Because they're always out front, so you don't crash into the building. They're usually yellow. Usually, or an advertisement, which is funny. They have bright yellow safety poles that they cover with advertisements. Fucking boneheads. Christian Trouserfancy. Ed Bird. Let me go up to the screen. Deviantolum has a good video on airlines not existing just to transport you. Yeah, Airbus came out. Apparently, they're pissed off at Boeing. They're like, "You're just making us all look bad," kind of thing. That was kind of funny. I saw that. All right, I'll go ahead and kill this poll. So let's see, 52% with no idea what the fuck is going on anymore. That's pretty much it. Holding at 28%. Working on it to 14%. Okay, now it changed all the numbers again. At 13 and then 6% of serious into one course. Very good. Can't remember how to spell Deviant Olaf or something. That's just fine. There are 2 poles or more at each place on the earth. Says a Chippy. I'm not really that wasted there, Chippy. Sorry to say. Now on 420, on April 20th, I'll probably be pretty fucking wasted when I'm taking all of that. And maybe a little bit more. I gotta see what's actually up there. I gotta take inventory. I gotta restock. Like, kind of finish restocking in like a week or so anyway. Then I'll be good for probably another month and a half or so. I would hope anyway. Just need a good sale to hit, and that's usually, like, you don't want to go Thursdays. Thursdays got this weird tier thing that the best you get is like 30% off. But if you wait, it's either Tuesday or Wednesday, they have the buy 2 get 1 for 1 penny, so you get 33% off. And a lot of times, if you can really just hold out and wait, you'll get that 33% off, and you'll get like double points. So that at the end of the year, the bonus shit I get for New Year's and Christmas, like last year I had what was it, 235 or $240 in points saved up for free weed at the dispensary. Like, hell yeah. Is that why Clive stopped Thursdays? What is that? How about? What? Plans change. Sometimes you plan it. Sometimes it just dropped in your lap, says DCL. And that is true. You never know where things are necessarily going to land. And sometimes you never know when. I literally went from the worst part of my life to the best part of my life in 24 hours. It was fucking weird. And everything just kind of keeps improving, which is also very ominous for me. Which I think makes it hard to enjoy sometimes. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what I always say I guess we'll see what happens, but that still means I feel I'm not fully enjoying finally doing well in life. But like even though it was 28 years ago, um yeah, like as we discussed previously, how I used to fucking live behind a dumpster and eat what I stole, to this, I mean, sometimes that shit still feels like it was like a couple years ago or whatever. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it kind of helps keep you in check because you know where you were and you know you could get there real fucking easily again because circumstances could change. So, um, I don't know, shit like that like really helps fill your brain with a really good knowledge of how different people live as you go up and down and gotta deal with shit. So, what's up, Renquist? Hello from Essex, Maryland, USA. Ooh, chipmunk, my wife like effed me over. Still love her though. She keeps screwing over when you'd been separated for 13 years, applied for a quickie divorce, paid for it, and then she died. Oh, no refund. Yeah, God. Bob Marley, Mr. Phil 1969 says Bob Marley says everything's gonna be all right. Yes, he did. I haven't actually heard that song in a while. It's a good song. Give up the weed and you'll be the Pope. Pope. Only if I get to use this smoke to blow out the chimney. Mike and Co. Hello, Essex. I work in you. I was wondering what that was. I was a little bit uncomfortable there for a moment. Essex, USA. You have an Essex there? I hope folks there are smarter than the folks in Essex in the UK. No, no. Um, no, no, no. That's no, no. I doubt it. Um, it's pretty rednecky around here. I mean, like, there's good people here. I ain't saying there aren't good people here, but it's you know it's a little rednecky around here, and there are some people here that I would prefer weren't hanging around here, but that's there are some hateful people here. Well, I'm just old. I'm just set in my ways. Really? Nice excuse, asshole. But anyway. Drone license transponder updates. Not much to update. I do have to renew Mavis's. Oh, where? Oh, no, she's over there. Do have to renew Mavis's registration. But besides that, her update was firmware. Her firmware was updated, so it has a built-in system, or however, whatever, for the dumb new remote ID shit. So, and it's finally starting to warm up, so Mavis will be flying again. Soon as it's warm enough that my fingers don't freeze up on me. Me and Jeff, have I seen the I want to buy your house guy recently? Like almost every day. Because he smokes as well, and he also goes on his front porch. Even though when I'm home, like I usually don't smoke a cigarette maybe every 3, 4 hours. You know, like I said, I do like 6, 7 cigarettes a day. Um, so every once in a while, he's over there just coughing his ass off, doing his thing. Um, but I don't talk to him. I don't try to make it obvious that I don't want to talk to him, but I don't just kind of always have somewhere else to look just because I don't know. He's not sure, not sure what's going on there, but I prefer just to kind of not even engage with conversation. Nah, there's still nobody on the porch. Damn, all right. If dude was out, he would just wait on the rug. He likes to hang out on the welcome mat, probably because it says wipe your paws with cat paw prints all over it. So he's just probably just trying to wipe his paws. Neighbor leaves chat. Ka-dunk. Hello. Uh-oh. Have I missed a drone stream? You have not missed any drone streams, Christian. Like she was in the background for a couple streams. That's about it. It's getting late in Europe. Oh well, yeah. Actually, it's time for Pussies and Pianos. Sorry about that. What do you mean it's getting late? It's about the same time in Europe. I'm matching your time, not you matching mine. It's actually later here. But yes, it is time for Pussies and Pianos. So let's see. There's that. Cue that up. Make sure it's lined up. Pretty much. Yeah, it's lined up. You can kind of see the file, edit, view, whatever thing, but that's okay. All right. Let me turn that off. That on. And I'll see where it ends up on the meter, and then I'll go do the cat thing. So here we go, Pussy Pianos, and this is Rob. If you want to give a little bit of background there, let us know what it is. And I will push play and then head out to the feedings. Here we go. Huh, that's weird. I thought it was set up to play the next song, but huh. All right. Well, thank you, Rob. I will listen back later or just replay it after the stream. Pardon me while I get the snack bar out of my teeth, and then I will flip it over. How was it? How was the audio pretty good there, everybody? Make it loop. Yeah, I guess I'll have to mess around with that, see what's going on. No, we can play it again if you want. Cats are still eating. You want to play it again? All right, let's play it again. Then I'll get to hear it. This is dedicated to Rob's parents. This was their song. Dedicated to their memory. Triple Dutch doors. Triple. Sweet. That was really good, dude. Thank you very much for contributing that. Ooh, what is happening here? Hold on a sec, something just got weird. Alright. Yeah, the video, the quality that he has sent and that he is uploading on his channel is also really good. Like, let me flip this over. This is one that, well, after the cats are done, I'll flip over, like the quality of what you can see, like, of detail that you can see in, like, the globe there in front of the cats. um, I don't know if you can see the mouse, like that globe right there. I'll show you like a closer shot of that. Like the detail is really good. The audio quality is fucking superb. So Rob's really got his shit tuned in. So definitely start checking his channel out as he gets some of his music uploaded. Let me flip that for now. I don't know how much of that mess is my fault and how much is it their fault. And where is Spaz is already, I guess she probably got pushed out by the big gray vacuum cleaner. Hmm. You're good to go, Rob. Glad I could help you get that kind of tweaked and tuned. Share some settings and such. That and pretty sweet being able to get some hardwired internet going. That's also helpful for as we transfer files and such. Which is obviously needed because his original files were like a few megs, like 10, like maybe 10 megs at most. And now they're like hundreds of megs, so like the quality is fucking great. Oh god, here she comes. Look, she's eating that food and looking at the other food. Yeah, I gotta get that one more piece of Cat 6 pulled up here. And then the gaming, because the gaming PC right now is connected just via wireless. Because obviously the studio, the one that's running the stream is going to want the current wire that's up here. And since I already got a 16 port switch downstairs, I'm not trying to run another switch up here or whatever. So that's when that big floppy drill bit will come in handy. Oh, and I got like the tiny little miniature solar panel plugged into the Dude Cam. And even on an overcast day of rain before the sun actually came out for that couple minutes, it was still like kind of holding steady, dropped the percentage, kind of held steady. Whereas yesterday it was overcast all day and it actually charged a little bit, like the full cycle. Like it started in the morning at 57% battery charge. And then this morning, after, an overcast day yesterday and running overnight, it was at 59%. So I can't imagine once the sun comes out, it may actually charge so that we can actually watch longer. Ooh, excuse me. And easier, not have to deal with the ridiculously long time it takes to charge these things. Like they put a serious trickle charge on their batteries, I guess, just to make sure nothing goes Samsung on them. Yeah, careful, Chippy. I don't think he's talking about that pianist. It's a cat rule. At least one mouthful must go on the floor, says Red Dwarfer. That is true. She does seem to push a lot of food around before she goes back and eats it up. And later on, if she doesn't clean it out, I'll just kind of like move the plates a little bit and then they'll just eat the rest of it. Like they really don't care. All right, let me show you. Where did I have that? Top capture. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. I closed it. Hold on, let me show you that video quality again. Hold on. No, not that. Open with Media Player Classic. That should put it up there. Up there. Yo, you opening? There. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're not going through a three-peat. Just trying to show you this video quality as best I can. Alright, that'll work. Alright, select that over. So, like, anyway, what I was saying, like, if you look in the little globe thingy in front of the stretchy cat and the star, like, hopefully it's coming out, like, through over YouTube as well. But, like, there's a lot of detail in there. And before it was, like, everything was, and Rob knew, like, it was kind of fuzzy. But, like, the detail in there now is just great. Love that shit. Just thought I would share that. So if you want to check out his YouTube channel, which he should put up a link, go ahead if you want to. Again, put up a link to your channel. No kitties. But yeah, no, that's he's really getting that shit locked in there. Yeah, there was a lot of like aliasing going on, like a lot of the straight lines were, you know, steppy. But now it's butter. Is butter. Smooth like butter.
Oh baby, it's so butter smooth.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's almost time for the top of the hour gaggle of goofball toast. Did you pee yourself a little bit, Mr. Egg Cake? Like, that's cool. Like, we all have. See, when's the last time I peed myself? I don't know. There's always a bottle nearby, you know what I mean? See, I got really sick, like, 25 years ago and sharded, like, a little bit. Like, not of, like, a fucking unload or anything, but, you know, I had a little bit of a wet shart. Had to throw those boxers away. Hold on. Druss. Welcome to the server, Druss. I'm not trying to do that. I'm looking for, like, a... Sorry, I thought that was a ring notification. I'm like, I don't see the cat. Oh, wait, okay. DC Allen, are you out? Is that, or who's out? Who's leaving? Scrolly. Where's that leaving? What? Used to be more jagged than a lumberjack's bucksaw, says Ed Bird. Alright, there. One day our channel will have enough money to find Steve. We'll send a quest for Steve. I don't know if we all got to ship ourselves over to the UK to go hunting for him. That may cost a little bit. But again, we ain't flying Boeing. Like, we're trying to keep our numbers strong, not just throw them out, as it were. Ooh, easy killer. Oh, let me fix this over here. In case dude does show up, we can flip over to the dude cam. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. A little crazy in there. Alright, cool. Cool. Stop. Sorry. Take a submarine Like a submarine sandwich? Like, you mean like we should get something to eat on the way? I mean, of course, like we're gonna get hungry. Especially we gotta like try and save on plane tickets and just ship ourselves over. Like that's gonna be a little expensive. And they're probably gonna lose half of us at that point, just like they lost that package that now they lose a package. They say, oh, you have to wait 30 days to claim it's lost. So then I mail in a thing at 40 days and they go, no, you had to have done it before 30 days. I'm like, I did. You said I had to wait 30 and then I had to get it before 60. They're like, oh no, it was 30. I'm like, no, you said it was 60. And they're just like, we're just going back and forth like a bunch of like the United States Postal Service is a bunch of fucktards. Pardon my French, but they're so like I know of like one person in there that seems like he actually knows what he's doing, and like everyone else there, they're fucking morons. All right, top of the hour, toast to the Gaggle of Goofballs. This is the auto renewal thing that pops off at this time almost every day, I guess. It's really weird if I'm chilling on Discord and this pops up. Anyway, toast to the Gaggle of Goofballs. Thank you. A toast to our subscribers, our donators. Thank you as well. And to everyone who's watching. Appreciate you hanging out. So cheers. Hey guy, what's up? Didn't miss too much here. It's been pretty chill. We just had Pussies and Pianos. Seems like me and Rob, well, it seems like Rob's really got his shit dialed in, as we were just discussing. And it seems like I think, as long as his level stays the same, which I think it will, then I know to try and, in my head, I'm going to write it down, to keep his streams at negative 2.4 decibels. Let's see, Rob, negative 2.4. Because that seemed like everybody really enjoyed where it was tonight. So nice, we did it twice. So, I think we got our shit dialed in there pretty good. Pretty good. Did I turn that sound back on? Alright, cool. I guess I can turn desktop sound off, because you never know what's going to bing bong a ding dong. Although I guess if if dude walks up, I'll turn the sound on for the dude cam. Meme Jeff, thank you very much for gifting 5 memberships to the Gaggle of Goofballs. That is Peter Stazuski, Big Toe SK, Mario Nellis, Steven 2. Welcome and welcome back to the Gaggle of Goofballs. There's Sonic Subaru gifting 10 more memberships. A thank you. And a thank you for purchasing a hat as well. Forgot to say something yesterday when you called me. Well, I mean, I called you Hat Man, but you know what I mean. That goes to Medic Insider, Spooky, LDG, Seth freaking Rollins, Mystery Technology, Tano, Kosaku, Motley Man, and David. Welcome, and I believe, yeah, welcome and welcome back. There's Spaz. What is Spaz? Walking on by. Just walk on by. Coach Seagal unpacked the Leanne Lee case and uploaded the pictures to Discord. Going to build it in an hour or two. Will you be on Discord when you're building it? Mr. Coach Seagal, yeah. Coach Steven. I really like Leanne Lee as a case company. That's both of these cases are Leanne Lee. But I have a feeling my next one is probably going to be something along the lines of like a Corsair 1000. But I guess we'll see Like, I'm kind of feeling like it's going to be somewhere either 16th or 17th gen Intel and like 60th or 70th gen NVIDIA card, depending on how fast they move, before we do another build. And that should give us a couple years. This shit should be just fine. And then I'm probably going to give my parents one of these computers, and they're going to be like, what the fuck? Actually going up, I have the old computer that used to be the bottom computer,
Oh,
the
baby.
Intel Nook.
Mm.
That is going with the two monitors that were here, the USB splitter. All I have to do is get a keyboard and mouse. And she'll have her own computer. That way my dad has his computer, which is another Intel Nook. She'll have her own computer. And they don't watch. I don't know. They know how to. So, and I was considering, because since I got well, just me with 10 pounds. Thank you very much. It's a fuzzy kitty butt. Or that's got a curly. Is that a shib or a fox? Anyway, thank you for the sticker. Always appreciated. At Bird, I'll fly Boeing as long as it's an F-15. At least it has enough thrust where their wings don't really matter. Well, yeah, any F-15 is already sorted out and has its own team of people that know how to fix it, that actually care about that. It's kind of a bummer. My cousin was a crew chief for two A-10 Thunderbolt 2 Fairchild Warthogs. You know, the big angry things that like shoot tanks and blow them up, and I mean, well, they shoot everything and blow it up.
That's nice.
All the notifications are just broke. That's funny. But he was crew chief. Like, basically, he owned, as it was, two A-10s down at the military base near where I live, and they're going full, like, cyber or whatever at the base now, so there may not even be flying the A-10s out of there anymore. Sucks. Like, that's a hell of a fucking gig to have, to be in the Air National Guard and be in charge of two warthogs. He's a good dude, though. Sure, he'll be good to go. Deltic engine. Leanne Lee cases suck. I had one of their top models, quote. The only good thing was the weight saving. The cooling was absolutely awful. I think they're overpriced and overrated for what they are. Yeah, they are a little expensive. That's my foray into building this one. I just went to Leanne Lee because I knew they were, you know, generally considered good, and I like that one. The cooling on the old one is actually pretty good, but it's like I kind of sorted that out. And the cooling on this one is, you know, I did all of it with the radiators and all that stuff. But yeah, some of them are a little weird. The Vision is a little weird for cooling. That's because you get all the glass. But I think next time I'm probably going to go with a full Corsair setup and let it run all the ARGB with the fans and all that stuff, and go with the what is it, the iLink or IQ system, with this one wire, one cable to patch it up, to patch them all together. Probably go with something like that for the next build in a couple years. But I like where it is now, like what I got now. I like the one that's black and purple. And then this one here is just all the different colors, because, I mean, your first, like, official gaming PC, you have to use all the colors. So just, you turn everything into rainbow mode, added more colors from, you know, the industrial version of the 2812s I got from work after they get tore up. I piece them together. That's in there. That works. That plugs right into the motherboard, which is fucking funny as shit. Like, oh yeah, Ed, if you didn't know, like, a lot of the lighting in one of the computers is the torn up strips from work. I just literally put the appropriate plug on and just plugged it right into the MSI motherboard. And that's what drives a lot of the LEDs in there. Trouble, it's good to meet everyone. Thank you all for helping Chippy during this stressful time.
You are welcome, Trouble. Miss J is, we are all fans of Miss J. A quick little cheers to Miss J since we're talking about her again. All good vibes and best wishes go to my gal. They keep saying they're going to get rid of the A10s, but Congress doesn't want to get rid of it. No, they could. How can you get rid of the A10? Like that, there's nothing that can replace that monster. They are amazing. Rifleman says the F-15 is made by McDonnell Douglas in St. Louis, Missouri. When buying Douglas, they just slapped the Boeing on the name of the building is all. Yeah, but then the whole McDonnell Douglas culture festered into Boeing and made Boeing the piece of shit that it is today. in all forms of aeronautics that it tackles. It's a goddamn shame. They used to be like, didn't I just say this? They used to be like the fucking smartest motherfuckers in the world. Now they're all derps. They just don't give a shit anymore in any aspect of the fucking business from top to bottom. Like nobody seems to care. And the people that do care are so overwhelmed by those that don't that you can't find them. You know what I mean? They're just, it's almost the literal needle in the haystack. Whew. Sorry, that whole Boeing thing just pisses me off. If you want to hear about failure, look up Starliner's history. God, is that a shit show? By the time they get that thing ready to go, I don't even know that they're even going to have enough money to make it because they're taking the space station down. By the time that thing is good to go and they have enough launches to get additional contracts for, they might break even with all the overspending and overdevelopment they've had to put into it. Celtic, have you looked at the in-win mod free case system? Okay. Let's see, Celtic. I like writing the name down just in case it's like this horrible, horrible thing. I can call you out on it. Just fucking with it. So I can give you credit. Let's see. Win mod free case system. I will take a look. I have a couple years to figure out what I'm working on, and obviously in a couple years everything will be different, but I'm trying to learn everything as we go about water cooling, case stuff, and I'll just follow the technology as it goes. So no, I will look into that, Deltic. I appreciate it. Gully foil warthogs are the best for close air support. Goddamn right they are. Those things are amazing. Get the warthogs in there to go blast the shit at everything. Get a wave of Apaches coming behind them to do some cleanup, and then all the ground troops got to do is just go up and sweep the fucking pieces of asshole out of the way. What was that? Ah, thanks for subscribing, Trouble. Cheers. Yeah, I finally flipped the switch in OBS so I can hear when Stream Elements pops up its little alerts, so now when I hear them, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah. I can actually hear that shit now. Just a shame that the OBS is still bugged in a way that every time I start OBS, I got to go in, turn it off, and turn it on. Like, for all of them, for it to actually work. Why does it feel like something's about to eat my brain? Sorry. Andrew Dignan, A10s are big. The ground troops love them. Oh, everybody knows the sound of those screaming demons. Like, I grew up at the airbase, like, even before my cousin was, like, the sperm was in, Unky's fucking nutsacks or whatever. When I was a little kid, my dad would take me to the end of the runway, and we'd just watch them take off, do their things, come in, do touch and goes, take off, and the sound of them fucking things when you are literally directly under them, maybe between 50 and 100 feet, because the parking lot that doesn't exist anymore, it was no more than 40 feet from the end of the runway. So those things took off directly over you. It was so loud. It was awesome. And when the bad guy hears that sound, they know they are fucking done. Hit the mic so hard it made the stream buffer. Nice. That's me in your ear, says Meme Jeff. Okay, well, I'm gonna shove a razor in there, a little hair trimmer razor thing in there later, so you might want to duck. Red Door says completely trashed the reputation of the 737. Yeah, Boeing, they got. They used to actually mean something. Yeah, Boeing management is the problem, says Gully Foil. Absolutely. When that's where it starts. Like, you can make people care if you can act like you give a shit too. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. Nice. Thank you for welcoming Trouble. She needs to know why I am not talky a lot. Ah, word there, Chippy. Always welcome the new homies and homettes and homers and homies and homies and home. I don't know. What's left in the phone? There's still at least one more hit in the phone. Here, let me go ahead and give it a ring. Alright. Answer that phone! Orihime. Yeah, Orihime was out earlier. .747 has had a long career. Yeah. Problem is, most of the fleet in the world is the 737, and right now the 737 is not looked upon very well, to say the least. Yeah, a lot of the older airplanes are doing better because they were, like, their last revisions were with, were long enough ago that newer influence hasn't fucked them up yet. Belly Foils, Boeing's main production is in Seattle and management moved to Chicago. Exactly. Like, why did they do that? Like, I saw something about that. I feel like, did we watch the same video like this week? I saw something about that when they split it up like that for no reason at all. Also watched, what was the custom computer company that just crashed out? Was it something with an A? Like, they got big as shit over in like LA, and then they had another one over in, I think it was Kentucky. And then the owner started taking money out and all these fucked up loans. This what company was that? I thought it was something with an A. It was something I recognized from the past. They used to build custom rigs for everybody. I just watched something on that where, the owner just got greedy and got cocky and just something happened this year with a giveaway that he quote changed the rules in the middle of the giveaway, so he would only give something to someone that was like part of their ambassador program or something like that. It's almost 420 somewhere. Oh yeah, talking about that tracker install earlier. Like, you would think that a module that is designed for telecommunications has antennas directly wired to it, like threaded into it. And yes, it has a water resistant plug, like an outdoor weighted weather pack plug or whatever. Why would you mount that in a wheel well? the front wheel well of a jockey truck, right on a ledge where every time the wheel moves forward, all the rocks come up and hit that. All the water comes up and hits it and sits on the ledge. And you have it mounted flat up a little bit so that all the water, like, even just wicks directly into the plugs. You don't even have the plugs upside down. And then you do all that, and then you run all the harnesses, all of them, into the cab of the truck. Just put it in the fucking cab of the truck like we did, and holy shit, no problems. Oh, well, where are we going to put the antenna? Well, not behind the gigantic steel bumper where you put it, derp. How about we put it right there on the dashboard, where it's also protected from the weather, and then suddenly, holy shit, the entire system is in the cab where it's protected from the weather. And all you have is a little lump on the dashboard in the corner where there's nothing there anyway. Ta-da! That's really weird that these dumbasses keep doing this dumb shit. Artesian builds, that's it, Jack Attack. Oh yeah, 420. Yes, artesian builds. I remember them, like, being around for a little while and having some good shit, but then the owner just turned into a douchebag. Cheers, 420. Perhaps every Boeing should have a Tex Johnson barrel roll prior to delivery to shake off any of the loose bits. That's it, Red Dwarfer. Do a barrel roll. Well, glad we had him do that first. All right, next. What do you mean you don't want to go? Oh, boy. My armpit itches, sorry. 7-4 Crew. Yeah, I watched 7-4 Crew. He's cool. Do you use the CPU with or without the skin? Uh, do you mean the lid? Or do you mean something else where, like, you know, I peel my victims without the skin? Something? No, I've never delidded a CPU. Although I do think it's interesting that the i9-14900KS already, Intel has already given approval to certain OEM builders to delid it and do direct die cooling, and they will still warranty that motherfucker because they know it runs so goddamn hot at a stock 6.2 gigahertz on an Intel, which is amazing. MSI just released a BIOS update for their Z90 boards to push it to 6.4 gigahertz with just turning on just flicking an option in the BIOS, and they have a stable 6.4 out of most of them. And then someone just hit 9.117 gigahertz using liquid helium cooling. Which is interesting because I thought they were mostly doing liquid nitrogen cooling and liquid hydrogen. Or, well, no, not liquid hydrogen, liquid nitrogen. I didn't know they were to liquid helium. Like, we need that for science stuff. Like, I appreciate the hertz, but, like, what happened to liquid nitrogen? But anyway, like they've said with the i9-14900KS, if you don't have at least one 360 millimeter cooler with push and pull fans, like you need at least that to run that thing because it runs hot as fuck. That's another one of them things. You don't really need to overclock that when you're already there. So, but that thing's $700 and that's an enthusiast chip. That's a little much. I mean, yeah, it shits and gets, but like I ain't doing anything that needs that kind of power. But the plastic skin. Well, no, I peel the plastic off of the heatsink, obviously. And I leave the lid on the thing, and then I use MX6 thermal paste. on both of these. It's really annoying. One of the economy cores runs cold as shit, but as soon as you try to put too much of an overclock on it, it's like, nope, it falls over. It's like, all right, whatever. What a cop-out to remove the plastic skin. Yeah, God forbid I leave the insulator in between where I need thermal transfer. Golly gosh. Bowden, using liquid helium is stupid. Tiny molecule leaks everywhere. Yeah, it's I don't. I mean, are they? I can only figure like someone has figured out it gets them like 1 degree fucking colder, so now they have to use that to get that extra hertz. But that's kind of a waste on a limited, something that we have an extremely limited supply of. Reliability is less than max power these days. It's the last 10%. Yeah. That's why I was saying earlier, I'd like, instead of like the overclock I did to this was a whole 100 hertz, and that was an all core thing. And then I brought the minimum all core up to 5 gigahertz just to keep it nice and solid and ready to rock and roll. And it doesn't create any more heat until there's an actual load, so it doesn't matter. But I undervolted some of the cores as much as I could, so that actually cut some of the heat down and actually got it down to 240 watts when it started at 280 watts. So that's nice. So this thing probably at full whack right now would pull 630, 640 watts, I would guess. You are welcome, Trouble. You two are awesome. I appreciate you hanging out. Oh, I know you're just dicking around there, Jeff. Meme Jeff. Named after one of my old cats. Yeah, it's just a gigahertz race these days between AMD and Intel. And everyone's just like, well, if you want it now you have to use water cooling at this point. And it's funny how much shit they can cram in there, but they still got to get that hertz. I mean, the reason I overclock is just to make things just a little snappier, even when you're not doing much. It's just nice to have that little snap, and it's nice just to kind of get a little bit more. I'm not a serious overclocker. I like a nice everyday, just a little bump. And it's kind of getting to the point where, like I was saying earlier, that's almost pointless. A mineral oil build, says Bowden. Yeah, I've looked into some of those before. I don't think I would do one myself, but that is an interesting a way to do it. That does seem kind of cool. Jonathan Hughes, they use liquid helium for MRI machines or CT scans. I forget which one. I feel like that's MRI. Jonathan Hughes. What's up, Fixer69? I guess for some of the late shower uppers, I'll go ahead and do another VertoThermoWhoofle here in a couple minutes. Let me see if Jeff. There's still no dude outside. Must be avoiding things because of the rain. That sucks. I hope, like I said before, I hope his little house at the neighbors is warm, because the house behind me, like the little cat house, it is still plugged in and like warmed. What about vintage overclocking? Put in a 1.33 megahertz Pentium up to 133 megahertz Pentium up to 1 gigahertz. No, I had a 66, a 486 DX66 that I pushed up to 100 megahertz. That was actually pretty fucking significant in performance. That was pretty good. But yeah, that's back in the day. That's like I was saying earlier. That's when you really got to push the overclocks and you really got big differences. But there's not much overhead nowadays. I'm still looking for an old Cryotech case. I remember the Cryotechs. Yeah. R12 cooling. Yeah, almost. I had a bunch of stuff ready to do to take a window air conditioner and pull it out and make a subcooler for one of my old computers that I was going to do like almost cryogenic temperature. I don't know what is considered cryogenic temperature. Like where does that start? Does it vary? Like I know different fluids are, or different gases or different elements become liquid at different points, but is there a specific point where it is considered cryogenic, like a temperature? Like is it -40, -60 degrees Celsius? Does anybody know that? Like I still mix up MRIs and CT scans. I know CTs are scanner and do different and similar things to MRI. I forget which is which. I've had an open MRI. That's when I think I read last week. That was when I had an open MRI. I gotta figure. What's up, Paul Norman? I gotta figure out where that CD is. Or yeah, I guess it is a CD with all my MRI pictures, like frames and shit in it. -100 degrees Celsius to negative. Okay, yeah. So I would have been like sub cryo. I was looking to aim to like -50 to -70 degrees Celsius on the die. Which that was on a AMD FX 60, which I still have downstairs. I have no idea if it would still boot. That's on my DFI NF4 motherboard. It's the DFI NF4 LAN party motherboard. That's what that's sitting on with the BFG Tech 6800 Ultra OC 256 meg Doom 3 specific video card still plugged into it. That's just chilling downstairs. I think that's what had my Enermax. Ooh, what size was that? I think it was like a 600 watt power supply. Hey, what's up, MK? CT uses X-rays, MRI uses magnetic fields. All right, and a VertoThermoWhoofle uses heat fields. So let's do some of those. Oh, I'm surprised no kitty cats have walked up yet. It must just still be like wet and just crappy out there. Well, that didn't work. What the hell did I hit? Oh, I hit the Lego button. Wrong orange button. There we go. Ooh. That was pretty good. One more. That was pretty good. Alright. Almost time to make fresh woofle juice. Gotta make it a little thicker. So it won't run over so much. Or I need to design a whole new one with like a gutter in it or something weird. Just more overcomplications to the siphon-enabled VertoThermoWhoofler system of doom. Or something like that. Yeah, there's Freddy hanging. And there's the bad component. Kind of feeling like it's an inductor for some reason. Because it's too small to have any kind of electrolytic capacitor in it. So that's the only thing I can figure is that's an inductor that's just overheating behind it. Have a good night there, Kevin Hardesty. Appreciate you hanging out. That P3 was my first PC after Commodore 64. Ooh, that's a bit of a skip. There, Mr. Worrell, Mr. Pianoman. Doom song. Every once in a while, see what Chubby Emo did one of his videos a couple months ago. Had one of the was one of the Doom 1 soundtracks playing in the background at some point. I don't know where the cats are. Tux stopped by last night. Tux eats a lot of food. I keep looking to try and figure out to see if Tux is a boy or a girl. Because as much food as Tux is eating, I'm wondering if Tux is like pregnant or something. Oh wow. Yeah, Invader Zim, sorry. Yeah, he has some interesting Chubby Emo, if you don't know, is a forget exactly what he is in the medical industry, but he does analyses of ER visits of people doing generally goofball, like derpy kind of stuff and what happened to them, and whether they had a full recovery or just a recovery. Dr. Bernard, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sue? He's a doctor and a toxicologist. All right. When are you going to live Doom again? Live Doom? You mean like live stream Doom again, Fixer? What do I have installed on this? I think I have, what I have, Eternal, Doom 1, Doom 2, and a Doom Eternal installed on this machine right now. Why is that button? Close that. Yeah. Doom Eternal, Doom 1, and Doom 2 is all I have installed on the gaming machine at the moment. Yes and yes. Yeah, I could. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll see how much I get done next weekend, Easter weekend. Maybe I'll do a little gaming stream. Run around, play some Doom. What do you want? Doom Eternal, like something to maybe we can mix it up. You can start it with some Eternal, maybe run a poll after a little while, see if you want to keep playing that, or if we like switch over to like a different Doom, because own I think every Doom ever. I think I own all the Dooms on Steam. Pretty sure I do. I don't have a lot of the DLC though. Haven't really messed with that in the Steam games world. Like when I was playing Fallout 4 before I bought it, you know, the try it before you buy it package that they occasionally offer. Um, I was playing with like 160 some mods. And I'm like looking and I have installed it, you know, with Steam and everything, and I'm like, uh, I don't even feel like trying to load all that shit back up. So that's why I haven't played that. But I've been like kind of itching lately for something like a Fallout 4 style first person shooter, like just kind of running around open world exploring, like shooting stuff, stealthy stuff, something like that. I just don't know what to try. Guess I got to start paying a little more attention to the like gaming review channels and stuff. Just got back into assembler, hacking an old car ECU. Looks like it's a 6502, but a 6803, which in a microcontroller, you get them in old Yamaha keyboards as well. There you go. Old assembler. You're welcome, Frank. Oh, Franco Walker is out. You are welcome, sir. Appreciate you doing your thing and hanging out. Far Cry's alright. I played, what, 1, 2, 4. But, like, when I played 4, I was not impressed. Just kind of like, bruh. Is there something in my eye hole? Or is that on my glass? Yeah, that's something on my glasses. I feel like there's something in my eye. Get out of my head! Do I have any eye wipey things in here? Yay. Pardon me while I clean my lenses. I don't know what the hell I got on there. Doom ended in the Plutonia experiment, says Chippy. I have that on, I guess it's probably CD. Final Doom, Doom TNT, Doom Plutonia experiment, Doom ROM. Got a bunch of Doom editors, bunch of WAD discs, anything from naked Pamela Anderson to like having to fight and defeat Barney. I can love that shit. You got the chicken launcher. There's also the chicken pie launcher. I mean, there were ones that converted the fucking rocket launcher into like dildo launchers, explosive dildo. Well, not much explosive, obviously. You knew what it turned into when it exploded. All kinds of crazy shit back in the day. Christ, you could get a lot of them just out of fucking magazines. "7 Days to Die." I haven't heard of that. The other ones I have, not not super into those. If I see something that looks good, I'll run it by the channel. I appreciate that, Delta. I'll look into that again. You're all over the list today. If I see anything that looks good, I'll see if y'all want to, if we want to contribute from the channel or not. Pamela Anderson versus Kim Basinger. Bassinger? All that shit. Does Top Smoke, does level of disease count in that? Or are we just like, is that disease excluded? Because that does affect the decision. A garbled user had the prognosis of 7 days to die at one point. Was already paralyzed from the waist down and made a complete recovery. Well, yeah, that's good to hear. That's I can tell you made a recovery there because you've definitely been here for more than 7 days. That's a fun prognosis to get. What are you talking about there, Ed? Bass to mouth? Base to mouth? Pre-Tommy Pam Anderson. Probably going for Pam then. Mostly because Kim Basinger was just loud. Wasn't overly, I don't know. She wasn't much for me anyway. Spinal infection when you were 6. Ugh. Yeah, that's definitely more than 7 days then. Cyberpunk 2077 is good fun, especially once you can hack vehicles. You can yeet police bikes and create mega traffic jams with much kabooming. says Red Dwarfer. How much of that is, like, I haven't really looked much at Cyberpunk. How much of it would be similar to like Grand Theft Auto? Is it like that sort of game thing, or is there like something going on, or does it have single player, or is it just multiplayer? Like, I mean, obviously I can look into that myself, but Passenger, Bass to Mouth. There's a whole Limwinks episode about Bass to Mouth. So you gotta watch when you use BASS as a word to explain a word that you don't know the meaning of, because BASS can also be pronounced different ways. Bass or bass. You know, that kind of thing. I remember playing Grand Theft Auto 1 on a 400 megahertz Dell computer, says Jonathan Hughes. Yeah, that's been a minute. I haven't played GTA since Vice City. But I don't do a whole lot of online multiplayer stuff anymore. Grand Theft Auto mixed with some Blade Runner. Yeah, okay. I'll look into that then. Like a little harder. God damn. Yeah, maybe I'll do a game thing next weekend. Like I said, it'll depend on how much I get done. 'Cause I have a lot of stuff that's been getting put off to finish all this stuff. So I do need to get some stuff done since I took days off to get stuff done. But we'll see if I got time. I can do like a Doom thing next weekend. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Top Smoke, I'm just considering making a small epoxy batch or waiting until morning to do it. How long does that stuff take to... Doesn't it have to like pre-cure or something? Mr. Phil, when you are uploading to YouTube, what category do you choose? Entertainment or education? My live streams are entertainment. My forklift stuff is usually under auto and vehicles. Cat stuff is under entertainment. I have an Atari 2600 with 127 games, 3 decks, and many joysticks and keypads and such. Do you play? Asks Fixer69. I was actually testing my input card. This is the Atari 2600 I had when I was a kid. This has been on streams long in the past because it is where are we at? HDMI out and micro USB powered now. So I can run this off of a 1.5 amp portable power pack if need be. And just plug an HDMI into it. So it's basically a portable Atari 2600. And I was messing around with my original Pitfall and Pole Position. This will be appearing eventually as well. Well, reappearing, I guess I should say. But yeah, that's the same one I had when I was a kid. I managed to save it before my parents took it to a yard sale because they didn't think I'd want it. I was like, yeah, let me grab that motherfucker. How the fuck did you put an HDMI port on that? Double-sided tape. Thanks for asking, Zap Sparky. All right, next question. No. So I did the composite mod to it, where you take out the tuner shit and you just take out a bunch of parts, add a couple things here and there, and then it has the composite video and composite like RCA jack output. And then instead of doing that, I ran the composite output into an HDMI up converter that is inside the box. That's inside of it, because there is a ton of room in those things. It's mostly air in those consoles. But there's a HDMI converter in there to get the HDMI output, and also in there is a voltage converter from the USB input that goes up into a voltage converter that bumps it up 9 volts that the Atari needs, but also bumps it to 5 volts to bypass the LM7805 that's in it, to give it a cleaner 5-volt feed as well, thereby running it off of USB power pack with a voltage converter. And it's on a live stream somewhere, like a couple years ago. I kind of did a little tour of it. Whew. But it was fun. It was a fun project. At some point I may put batteries in it, and where the hell did I put it? Like, at some point I may put batteries in it, because like all of this is mostly air. So like I could always put like a battery pack here, the HDMI thing's here, the voltage deal's up here. But if I put like a battery pack in this, using what's in there, it has a charge circuit in it already. But then like maybe 3D print something that kind of fits in the grooves, like a little 7-inch screen that kind of sets in it, and then I could have just a portable OG Atari, wireless Atari. One of those future projects, if once I get some other stuff done, just kind of dress it up, but nothing anything more that would modify the front of it. Like, I had to kind of modify the whole for the HDMI output, but I don't want to modify the front of it, like the original aesthetic. So I would just get something to fit in the grooves, or something somehow to like attach a small screen to it. Picture says, I think I saw that. Mine are channel 3 with the coaxial adapter to the TV. Yeah, I have the coax TV computer switch box. That's in a box upstairs. I still have that original one too. I have the coax, the original one from the Nintendo as well, that had like the gray box with the coax in and the antenna-y thing out. Bowden's oldest working is a Nintendo 64. What is the guy that made the Flopatron doing now? Within the past, 2 years ago, he came out with the Flopatron 3.0. He's still kicking it, doing his floppy thing. And it's every time it's bigger and better, so. Yeah, he's up to, last I knew he's up to 3.0. Not like I said, that was about 2 years ago, maybe 3. Jonathan Hughes, we had an Atari 8-bit. My oldest brother played with it all the times. Nice. All TV games in the UK were on channel 36. Then some twat decided to put channel 5 on U36. That's a weird channel for that. I guess that's just different regions have a slightly different bandwidth or availability, I guess, for transmissions. Can't believe that works. Yeah, it works great. Like it, and the only thing is, like, it comes out looking like, an Atari that was built in 1979, because it still gets it's still got the fuzz running through it, even with the HDMI. Like, you just can't clean the original fuzz up, but it looks pretty good for being pretty much all original. The only thing I replaced in it was I recapped all the electrolytics got replaced. Replaced the voltage regulator, even though it's not really doing anything, because the whatever I replaced, whatever the super common 5-volt regulator is nowadays, is what I put in it. But it's being fed 5 volts, so it's basically just passing right through it. That's it. Everything else is factory. I just cleaned the terminals up a little bit. LM05. Yeah, that must be it. The LM05, something 05. But yeah, just a standard 5 volt, what are they, 3 amps or something? 3 or 5 amps, something like that. 5 volt regulator. And I got a whole fucking, well, yeah, what the hell, the little plastic rail of them. I think I got, what, like 20 of them downstairs or something. I'm like, yeah, it's 5 volt regulator. Yeah, I'm sure I can find something to do with a fucking 5 volt regulator. Hell yeah. But, yeah, I like that. If I can figure out how to get a cool screen on it, then I'll definitely put batteries in it. I'll see if I can find, like, I know eBay and well, especially AliExpress have like those little USB powered screens. If I can find one with that's HDMI input, runs off a USB, power it with 5 volts, or just put another voltage converter in there if I need to. Yeah, actually, I think I actually put a heatsink on this one, whichever one it is. But it's not doing much work because they're used to having 9 to 12 volts come in. 9 volt drops down into part of the tuning, the TV tuner circuit, and then the rest, the 9 to 12 volt, then goes to the 5 volt chip. And that's why they burned out a lot, because they did run hot, because they're welded. Fuck, you can tell what I've been doing this week. They were soldered to the board, to the PCB, but a lot of times they weren't soldered real great, and they were just overworked anyway. Because especially when a lot of people would turn them on, or they'd leave them on, and then they'd close their cool glass cabinets, that they would store them in, and they just fucking cook themselves to death, just like anything with the Xbox name on it. Tiny little blast furnaces. I have one in my cart. I can send it to you. Send it on this what? Let's see if there's any cats outside. I haven't gotten any notifications, but sometimes they sneak up in the corner of the camera. Wow, there is still no kitty cats out there. See, now I hate that, because then I'm like, well, is he okay? Where is he at? What are you doing? I'm like the stalker X. What are you doing? Why aren't you here? Aren't you hungry? I have food for you. Are you sure? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Meow. And I just get worried about him. A portable Atari seems unnecessary, which is exactly why I would build it. It's tech. Of course it's unnecessary. Come on, Bowden. What are you slipping on us? You slipping on us? The best things to build are completely unnecessary. Ugh. This is completely unnecessary, but it's tech, so it's fun, which kind of makes it necessary. Means if I have an HDMI screen that runs on eBay, fuck, on DC in my eBay cart. Oh, okay. I can link it to you if you like. Oh no, don't worry about it. Like this isn't something that's happening soon. So, like I know what I'm looking for. Like I appreciate the offer, but yeah, this is down the road, like year or two, something like that. Like I would have to get the workshop finalized and set up before I'd want to set into a project with that again. Because at this point, if I took it apart, I'd probably lose everything, and the cats would eat half of it, and who knows. I don't know how much power you can get out of a HDMI port there, Top Smoke. I don't know. I don't know if I imagine that would vary depending on the standard. I don't even know what goes through. I'll just know it's a whole. I just know that when I went to get an HDMI capture card for the computer, I looked on Amazon and went, oh, well, I got all these display ports. DisplayPort capture card. Why is it showing me nothing but HDMI? Display port. HDMI. Well, what the fuck? All right, Google. DisplayPort capture card. No, I don't need studio shit at $2,000. What's a cheap one? Wow, that is the cheap one. What the fuck? So, I don't know shit about the video signals and stuff. Like, I know enough to know that HDMI supports my resolution 144 hertz, up to 144 hertz on a 1440 16 by 9 box. So and then mine runs at 120. I know it supports that, even though it has DisplayPort. I used HDMI because of Windows issues, that I may actually go back to the DisplayPort. But anyway, why there is such a price difference over what those cables carry is like ridiculous as far as capture goes. And apparently a lot of people are trying to get Elgato, like the Stream Deck people, to do something cheap that's in DisplayPort, and Elgato's like, how the fuck are we gonna do that? Like, that shit's expensive. And everyone's like, oh, well, just do it. Good scarts have decent little spades. Wait a minute. HDMI can't carry much current, surely? Asks Pianoman. I have no idea. I know they're pretty skinny, and there's a lot of fucking pins in them, so I'm not really sure what it could carry. Oh, we should do a top of the hour toast. Hold on. Scoot that up there. I guess a toast to the 80 or so of you that are still here. Appreciate you hanging out for this long. I guess we'll go on for at least another 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'm going to go make eggs and bacon. Because I really like making eggs and bacon on the weekend. I have a sub in there. Like, I ordered a sub today. Well, I ordered a crab cake and a sub today. Don't bother getting crab cakes anywhere unless you're in Maryland. Like, really, don't bother. And the closer to the water you are, the better they're going to be. But I also got a chicken cheesesteak sub. I usually get regular cheesesteaks, but the chicken cheesesteaks are good. But anyway, cheers to everybody. I don't know if I fucked that up. Everybody that's still here hanging out, all that stuff. I'm going to have another drink, and then we'll do a tootie toot toot doodaloo. Scruff in space. Top smoke. There you go. 50 milliamps equals 0.25 watts. Can we use it to power a hug? A bug. A bug, a hug. A bug giving you a hug and a rug. It's all nice and snug. Oh, baby, snug bug and a rug. Oh, yeah. All right. Paul Norman, you as well have a good night and also have a good week. Mine is a short work week, so I will definitely be having a good week. But I appreciate you stopping by. The Batty White. All right, the White Batty. However, that was in Van Wilder. It's amazing that what's his name was like a fucking White House guy for a while. I used to know his name. No, not Ryan Reynolds. The co-star, the Indian, quote, Indian guy. I haven't watched that in a while. I think we watched that on movie night, like probably this summer. Cal Penn, that's it, Jeff. Thank you. Yeah. It's funny, I never knew he was so involved in politics. Next you know, he's working in the White House. It's like, oh, all right. That's a good movie. I'll put that on tonight. I haven't watched that in a bit, and that's always a good, just put it on, get a fucking buzz on. Maybe I'll hit the dab rig and just fucking mellow out tonight after some eggs and a bacon. Remember he was on Make It Real or some other engine. No, like he's a fucking intelligent motherfucker. Like he is smart as shit. He was working with Obama in the White House for a little while. Like his acting career, like he kind of stepped away from that for a little bit, and then like he's just a smart dude. It's funny when you like just like the guy from I can't ask you people for every goddamn thing I can't think of. Offspring, lead singer of the Offspring. You know, hey hey, come out and play, all that good stuff. Like he went to college to be a marine biologist. He just said that this was more fun, but when he's done, he's just like, yeah, I'll probably just get back into that. Like some of the people in entertainment are like highly educated. You just don't realize it until you just go. You wait. You did what? Oh, more cowbell. I wonder if I could I could put a cowbell on the sound pad, but I'm sure every one they have out there is copyright. But then I could just alter it slightly if need be. Cowbells are always a good sound effect. Other than let's see, we got the ring phone, we got Scruff in Space. That's the two cough tracks. That's what is that one?
I'm Pickle Rick!
That one's Pickle Rick. That's the quote from Thor, and those two are blank. David Grohl. What are we doing here, David Grohl? There, Rifleman. David Grohl is an awesome. Him. If you're meaning him being an intelligent motherfucker, yes, he is another smart dude. Did you ever see his movie? His little horror movie he did? It's fucking hilarious. Very campy, just making it funny, having a goofy time horror movie. I forget what that was called. I have it on my MB server. We watched that like right after it came out. Yeah, Dave Grohl like wrote and helped like produce and direct a fucking campy ass horror movie. Let me I mean I'm sure if you Google it, it should pop up. Studio 666 is what it's called. There's a movie called Studio 666. Studio 666 is a 2002 America horror comedy directed by B.J. McDonald from a screen, blah, blah, blah. Based on a story by Dave Grohl. Grohl stars alongside his Foo Fighter bandmates. Click. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it, but it's basically them playing them sort of basically themselves in a movie and all kinds of funny ass shit. It is fucking great. Highly recommended. There's one of my movie recommendations that I always forget to do. Studio 666 is a great movie to watch. Very funny. Josh Homan, what's going on? Normally, you don't associate Hollywood with being smart. Yeah, that seems to be a thing. Yeah. That is true. Dexter Holland, there he is, from The Offspring, has a PhD in molecular biology. I thought it was marine biology. Why did I think marine biology? Thank you, Mr. Phil. 1969. I thought it was marine. Well, it's close enough with the M, I guess. It's one of the things how they say every time you access a memory, it changes slightly. Maybe that's part of that. Or maybe I got hit by a maybe one of my bits got flipped by a cosmic ray. Thump. Entertainment is a strange mix of genius and narcissism. Absolutely. Have I seen K-Pax? I feel like I've seen K-Pax. K-Pax. Why do I feel like I've seen that? Is that like an older movie? think K-Pax, mysterious patient at a mental hospital who claims to be from a distant planet called K-Pax. A psychiatrist has to figure out exactly how to help the payment believe or having a remarkable Dax. I think I have seen that a long time ago. I remember it being pretty good. Don't flip a bit, man, says Red Dwarf. Yeah, I don't want to be like Voyager 1. It seemed like something like went quite afoul on its 2001, according to the thing. Seems like something went quite afoul in its memory, like programming banks. Like, it is interesting to see there's documented evidence of bits being flipped with Voyager 1. So there's like actual proof that yes, this happens. It just apparently flipped the wrong bit this time, but they're almost there. They almost got it. They finally got a memory dump out of it. Now they're still poking and prodding, trying to see if they can get it sorted out again. Because it's still doing its thing. It's just not transmitting quite what they need it to. Yeah, 0 plus 0 equals 1, basically, is what it's doing. There, top smoke. Whew. Zeros and 1 equals is kind of where they're at right now. Garbled user, Voyager 1 is actually being probed. Well, that's kind of what we want to see if aliens capture it and try probing it. Where is this thing's butt? Boop, boop. No, not quite. Voyager launched the same year I was born. We're old. Sounds like it's doing about as good as I am nowadays. Christ. I feel like half my bits have flipped. Problem is, I don't have a team of engineers trying to fix me. Ooh. You want to see it probe Sigourney? She's like gonna like bend over on the fucking Nostradamus. Hey, what's that? And there comes Voyager. Bloop, boink. Woohoo! Found it. Nostromo, yeah. God, I used to know all the planets by heart as well when I was like way into that. Where is my? Oh, that's right. I got the xenomorph head is right. Hold on, use this hand this way, right there, and then I got like a big one. It's about there. It looks like a baby xenomorph head that sits on my like when you open the door, it's like kind of right there, tucked into the shelf. 3D printed black head and then white teeth that just kind of insert into it. You are my team of engineers. Hey, that works for me because y'all have done a lot more for me than just about anybody else I've ever went to for help in this world. So that kind of works. Ugh. All right. I think I think Space Lab was the thing the year I was born. Up using the Saturn V, bits from canceled moon landings. Yeah, that was I forget what year Space Lab was. I remember Space Lab when I was a kid hearing about that. Oh, Fixer 69 has to go. I got a no heat call. That sucks on a cold night. You go out there and, hey, worst comes to worst, just, you know, I mean, if you got to set the house on fire to give them heat, you got to set the house on fire. I mean, do what you got to do. Appreciate you hanging. Look, Monday for the members, we'll be seeing the first video from Down the Ports, little mini series, little Monday mini series. Still forget what the hell video, why am I up there? Was it the contact? Oh, yeah, okay, the burnt contactor. That's right. Okay, that's what it was. The contactor one. Kind of a short one for a Friday, but then I also have a 47-minute video scheduled for April 5th. So, kind of make up for it. All right, go back over to that screen. All right. Well, we are starting to wind down, so why don't we walk out of here in about 5 minutes. We'll have our final, it's 420 somewhere, puff, and then I'm gonna go make some eggs and bacon. We'll probably, hey, my phone's actually kind of, did I plug this thing in or something? Yeah, I got enough charge on the phone. Let me go figure out where the hell my Discord headphones are, and probably jump on Discord while I'm cooking. Why not? So if anybody wants to hang out on Discord or whatever, like, I'm more than happy to hang out and bullshit. And if you want to hang out with us, whatever. Even if you just want to hop in, say hello in a text channel or something, we'll try to figure out it's you. If you don't want to talk, you can just hang out. That's what. Eventually, I may get a new mic stand. Not a new microphone. Although I may see if they have a 90-degree XLR adapter or like a plug thing, which I'm sure they do, to try and get the. Hold on. Try and get the twist out of it. And then get rid of this. Like, I'm probably going to order one of them covers to see about getting rid of this big ass cover, too. And I'm going to fart a couple times. But yeah, I may get a new arm eventually. Like, this one's good, but it's starting to kind of show some annoyances, I guess. But then again, I may be able to dick with it and just kind of fucking rock it out. Delta Mike, what's up? We got about 4 minutes. And then we're going to do a 420 thing, and then we're going to head out. Appreciate you catching the end of the show, though. A nice muffin is good, says Bowden. I believe most people like a good muffin. How's it going there, Delta Mike? Just woke up. Down and out and yeah. I guess that'd be alright. I actually woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning and I went kind of like, what the fuck? Didn't I just go to bed? Because I went to bed at like 3. Went and took quite a significant pee-pee. Petted the cats because they all woke up to come hang out. Petted them, went back to bed. And then I woke up at like 10 o'clock, like, what the fuck? Like, I usually wake up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock on Saturday. But then I was like, well, it doesn't really matter because the stream's an hour later this week. And I think it's still an hour later next week. I think we're going to be three weeks in a row that North America is going to be like, what the fuck's going on with the time? I don't know why I put a slight Italian inflection thing there, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, about 2 more minutes here. We'll do a 420 thing, and then we'll get ready to rock it on out. Oh yeah, Delta Mike, Rob's show, Kryptonite, was really good. If you enjoyed listening to the Pussies and Pianos, like we were discussing it earlier, it seems like between Rob's tweaks and my tweaks here, like we've really got this shit pretty zeroed in. Everything went really good tonight for Pussies and Pianos, if you enjoy that. I'm walking it. Zap Sparky, I've been catching up with the live streams. You seem like hitting the mic with your chair. I haven't really hit it with the chair too much, I don't think. But I keep forgetting, like I don't want to make this thing like safety orange because then I'll just tune it out anyway. But I just keep hitting, especially this cord here and this here. Like, it doesn't matter how much of a shock absorber the microphone wanted. It's not a great shock absorber, to be honest with you. But I mean, it was like $10. I figured I'd give it a try for $10. Helped a little bit. But I definitely need to do something with this mount. I guess I'll try to sort that out. I may have time tomorrow. I think I may change the mount a little bit. Trying to get it a little more consistent. Sorry, like fucking, you know how that goes. You start going, the fucking all the gears start turning, and then you're like, oh wait, hi, I'm on a live. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort something out. Either sort something out or get a new stand eventually. Just kind of deal with this one for now. All right, 420 somewhere, everybody. So I'm gonna grab. This is tropical cookies. So cheers. It's 420 somewhere. I'm gonna have some tropical cookies, or I have some. How close does it really need to be? Like, what do you mean, like this? Like, how close does that really need to be? Or do you mean how close does that need to be? Because this is as close as I can get it. They recommend like 2 inches away. I keep it about 1.5 inches. And also I try to keep it on a fairly, you know, when I'm not crashing into it, I try to keep it at a fairly level plane with the camera. Which also helps, you know, knock down the... Because even though this has mesh on it, it obviously has no pop protection at all. Sorry, headphone users. But yeah, cheers. Hold on. What about 6x9s are good speakers. 6x9s are my front channel in my home entertainment system. They're Pioneer 4-ways. Or no, I'm sorry, they're Sony 3-ways, and then the center channel is a Pioneer 6x9 4-way. Then my 2 rear channels are Sony Explode 6 inches and I think Pioneer 3-way 6-inch speakers. All car speakers. Fucking love that shit. Sounds great. They handle 100 watts of home stereo power with ease. Ed would tell you, but he was mostly unconscious when he was here, so I don't even know if Ed's still here. But, but when I'm done hitting puberty here, fucking hell. Actually, my the Suburban, it came with 5x7s in the back, and then someone like barely got 6x9s kind of sort of in there, and then they just installed really long screws to kind of hold them in, and I'm looking at it like, that's secure, fuck it. So they're still in there, sounding pretty good. They were like, I think they were Alpines, and then up on the rear doors of the Suburban, they didn't have speakers in them, but they had the wires to there, so I ended up getting Alpine speakers for the passenger door, you know, the rear passenger door speakers as well. And then I put, I think, Pioneers in the front with the Pioneer head unit. And then I have a subwoofer I may put in there eventually. If I put the fucking thing back on the road, I don't know. Once I get my last bit of debt squared up in the next couple years, maybe time to buy a vehicle. And then I got to figure out if it's a car, truck, or a motorcycle. Because, like, if it rains, I got my work van. Because that's kind of all I've been driving. I don't really leave much once I'm home anyway, because I just do grocery shopping on the way home at the most part. But I'd really like to get a motorcycle too, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Get all my red into the black and kind of go from there. See where we are with money and see if I'm still doing well in life in 3 years. Who knows? I could be living behind a dumpster again. Good old Perry Hall bowling alley. You never know. Stealing a box of Twix every day from the Metro supermarket so I had something to eat. And then old Big Dwayne would buy me a gigantic, like, Dwayne was this huge dude. So they would get a popcorn bucket and fill it with French fries. But they do a layer and then they put gravy and then a layer and then gravy and then a layer and gravy. They do like 4 layers of gravy. He would buy that shit for me and then give that thing to me, and I would eat like a Kentucky Fried gallon bucket chicken of fries and gravy for like dinner, like a lot of nights when Dwayne was there. God, that fucking thing was amazing. Like the gravy they had was really good too. I mean, obviously if you're fucking starving, everything's good, but like you can still process the fact that this gravy is good even though you're like hungry. But nah, that was Firehouse Bowling Alley had some really good food back in the day. I haven't been there in 20 years, probably, if not more. But anyway, I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry. Ever bought a KFC bucket lately? It's barely a bowl. Yeah. Well, you know. Everything's getting smaller. I opened a bag of Doritos the other day. I was like, what? What? And then I found it. I went, oh, there it is. Found it. Thank you. Yeah, everything's getting ridiculous. Scruff, a video tour of your old stomping grounds. Maybe if I ever go back out there. Like, I have no reason. Like, at this point, if I don't really have a reason to go out there, I'm not going to go out there just for a video. Like, no offense to anyone, but if I have no reason to go there, it's far enough away that it's out of the way to go there. But if I'm out there, yeah, I can take some pictures, run some videos, maybe throw a couple of short things together, or just shorts. I'm wearing shorts today. It's a little warm in here. The temperature's pretty regulated now. I've been playing with the fan a little bit, but I still need to get a quieter fan. That's why I want to get that other one up there. But all right, I'm gonna go eat some food. I'm gonna go find my Discord headphones, take a pee, get on Discord in like probably 5 minutes or so, and I will be back on Wednesday for part 6 of the Lego Bomber.
Oh, baby, that's nice.
I hear an old baby. Thank you, Meme Jeff. Here's where we are with the B2 Bomber. Ooh. I gotta keep it back here now. He's getting bigger. We're at step 245 out of 1,189. Something like that. Hold on. Oh, God. Hold on, there's this one piece that always falls off. Alright, again, thank you, Meme Jeff. Let's see, Justin J, Dave the Dasher, Clue, Mike TV, and MW Press. King Adrian Official, okay, TikTok. Welcome and welcome back. Alright. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you Wednesday or Saturday, or if I do a game stream or something. You never know what's gonna happen. Appreciate everybody stopping by, and I will see you all then. So appreciate members, donations, Legos, fun times, good talk, family. Be groovy to each other, and I will see you later. So I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See.